This clip of the Texas Bucket List is brought to you by Spirit of Texas Bank, Slovacek Sausage, Germania Insurance, TX Burger, and RV Source. Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List, the show dedicated to everything there is to see, do, and experience right here in the Lone Star State. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and this week we start things off out on Caddo Lake, where we cruise around a method of transportation that used to be king. Right along the Texas-Louisiana border is a body of water that can transport you back into time. But it's not just the prehistoric setting that seems to feel like another age, it's also what you'll find floating on the lake.
Welcome aboard the Graceful Steamboat.
I appreciate it. Captain Ron Gibbs has the distinct honor of being the captain of a ship that sails on these eerie but beautiful East Texas waters.
Look at my office. It doesn't get any better than this. We're a 1/4 scale replica of an authentic 200-foot cotton hauler that plied these waters in the 1800s.
What's reassuring is this boat is only 20 years old, not 200.
It's the last one like it in the world. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. I mean, I've got something that nobody else has.
From the start of spring till the Christmas season, Captain Ron takes curious Texans and people from every corner of the globe out on treks to see what transportation was like when the waterways were the main methods of moving the masses.
This was the waterway they all came through. Between 1839 and 1876, there were 2,632 steamboats come through here going to Jefferson. They had offload, backload. 2,632 steamboats came back through here. A tremendous amount of steamboat traffic, and this relives that experience.
Eye-opening, definitely.
The key to making this experience unique and different is keeping the Graceful Ghost as authentic as possible.
Every aspect of that boat is 1800 technology except for two components, the electrical system and the captain. I just look like I'm that old.
As the boiler roars and the steam pours out, the feeling of peacefulness as you plow through the waters is quite pleasant. Of course, the boat attracts quite a bit of attention, most of the onlookers looking for one thing in particular.
It's exciting to know that other people enjoy seeing and hearing this boat.
And the lucky few actually get a chance to pilot this piece of living history.
Now, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but I want you to understand the importance of keeping the boat in the middle of the river, and that implies equal distance from either side. You got it?
Okay.
I'm going to go take a nap. Wake me up when you get back to the dock. Word's gotten out that I let the young children drive the boat, and people bring their kids and their grandkids so they can have an experience of driving an old steamboat. You sneak the family car out on the weekend? Yeah, buddy. They want to blow the whistle. They want to drive the boat. They enjoy it. I get a good feeling watching them.
Captain Ron has sailed the world after having a long and storied career as a sea captain. He's been at the helm of massive ships in the biggest international ports. But when this native Texan laid eyes on this lady of the lake, it was love at first sight.
In one of my trips home, I rode the Graceful Steamboat. And I knew at that point, if this boat ever came up for sale, I wanted it. The lady who built this boat's name was Lexi Palomar, and up until the day she retired, she was the only female riverboat captain on the Mississippi River. She ran the Delta Queen for many years. She ran across the blueprints of an 1800 steamboat, 200-foot cotton hauler, and had this boat built from those blueprints.
Wow.
And she started doing tours. She did tours with this boat for 16 years after she retired. And when she finally got tired of running this boat, she sold it to me.
Watching this mechanically simple marvel baffles most minds because seeing a roaring fire on a wood ship might make you break out in a cold sweat.
It is a wood vessel. It does have a boiler on it and a fire and a furnace, and we're very careful. This is the only tour boat on Caddo Lake that has a certificate of inspection from the United States Coast Guard. They come in, certify this boat every day. They inspect every square inch of it. And when I tear this boiler down for their inspection, they tell me every year this is the cleanest boiler they see. Wow.
What's truly amazing is how efficient the power that propels the Graceful Ghost is.
On an hour and 15-minute tour, we use approximately a wheelbarrow half a wheelbarrow load of wood.
Oh, so go ahead.
It's very efficient. Steam is still the most efficient way to move large objects through the water. Most people don't realize that the United States Navy's fleet is primarily steam driven. It's a 4-inch diameter piston with a 16-inch stroke, and each end of the stroke is a power stroke. It's not like a combustion engine, it's just you've got one stroke at the top. When it goes down, it comes back up, it's another stroke. This one here, steam goes into that cylinder, pushes it that way, steam goes into the cylinder this way and pushes the piston back that way. So you've got 4 power strokes per revolution of paddle.
While we'll never know what this lake was like when the riverboat was king, it's fun to imagine, to close your eyes and not just hear one steam whistle, but several. To think of a time when life was a little slower.
I think I probably could have lived 100 years ago, no problem. I think the simple life, it sounds like, you spend all day maybe cooking, but we weren't running all the time, and so that's why we enjoy this.
You experience the same thing you would have experienced if you had rode a steamboat from New Orleans to Jefferson in the 1800s. The sounds are the same, the motions are the same, the feelings the same. You've stepped back in time on a piece of living history.
Back then it was a lot slower and you could do more things with your time. Now it's just rushing and traffic and everything.
Bring your family out here is all I can tell you, and experience the last and only wood-burning steam power stern paddle wheeler left in the world.
It's kind of a treasure, and we enjoy coming back and looking at it.
Well, thank you so much for having us on board.
Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. You guys are great.
Well worth a stop on the Texas bucket list.